Back, and just like last night, we actually have a new pitcher in the ball game. And Austin Warner's night done after 2 innings pitched. And now Cody O'Brien will come on to try his hand at this. Cody O'Brien, another new moondog. He has pitched a little bit so far this season. In his 2 games, he's got 1 1/3 innings. Has yet to give up a hit or a run, as well as a walk. He does have 1 strikeout. So he will come on to try and see what he can do to keep the Moondogs in this game. Right now it's 3-0, so not a terribly large lead to come back from, but certainly one that you don't want to let get. You don't want to let that leash get any further. Elliot Barzilli will come up to the plate. Last time up, he struck out against Austin Warner. First pitch on the way to him, in first strike. Makes it an 0-1 count quickly. That one in the inner half. Good pitch there by O'Brien to get his night started. As O'Brien sets, he's ready to go in an 0-1 count. And that one had a little bit of movement to it. 74 miles per hour, but misses out of the zone. So that'll make it a 1-1 count. That one high and tight. And now makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. If you're just joining us, it's a 3-0 ball game here. Duluth on top. Cody O'Brien has come into this ball game to start the 3rd inning. That one catches the outside corner for strike 2 to even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Elliot Barzilli, the hitter. Barzilli, a right-handed hitter, steps back into the box. 2-2 on the way. And boy, that was close. That looked like that was just beneath the knees to even this count at 3-2. John Baccio behind home plate tonight. Few of the fans wanted that pitch, but that'll bring it to a full count, 3-2 against Barzilli. Hall sets up outside. Here's the pitch. That one rides high and tight. Barzilli swings it and fouls it off out of play. Keep it at 3-2. And if he lets that one go, that's probably going to be ball 4. That one was a fluttering fastball up and in. So now we will reset to do that payoff pitch over. Here it is. That one's right where Kevin Hall wanted it. Bouncing ball left side. Up with it is Panachone on to first. Good stretch by Weston. And that will get Barzilli for the first out of the inning, 6-3. As TJ Martin will head up to the plate. Now Martin back in the 2nd inning. Led off that inning with a walk before coming around to score.
Again, who was the Vikings' first head coach?
And that, with TJ Martin stepping up to the plate, he's the designated hitter. A righty, as he will go against the righty O'Brien. Here's the first pitch to Martin. And that one dives out and away. They're going to appeal down to first base on the check swing, but they will say no, he did not go around. So this is now a 1-0 count. Now Hall sets up inside. Here's the pitch. That one dives a little bit too inside. Another fastball with movement. And that'll be ball number 2. Here's the next pitch from O'Brien. That one down and away. And That misses to put this to a 3-0 count. Again, if you're just joining us, it's a 3-0 ball game right now. Mankato down to the Duluth Huskies early on in this ball game. Austin Warner was your starter. He's already out after a long half inning before. Here's the 3-0. In for a strike on the hands. Martin was watching that go by all the way. And so the designated hitter now in a 3-1 hitters count. So O'Brien will have to make another pitch. Over at shortstop, Paul Panachone just on the edge of the shadows over there, so he's shielding his eyes, and that one misses outside for ball number 4. So that will put TJ Martin on with another walk in this ball game.
Husky catcher Holden Kamek.
So now Holden Kamek will come up to the plate. 0 for 1 on the night. He reached on an error by Jack Flansburgh back in the last inning. He was the second batter of that half inning, and now he comes up to the plate with 1 out and a runner on base. Here's the first pitch to Kamek. That misses down and away from the righty, and now that makes it a 1-0 count. Kamek slugging .395 so far this season, as we mentioned earlier. Just his 13th game with the Duluth Huskies. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, and that'll get through over on the left side of the infield. Not a sharply hit ball, just well placed. Perfectly between Nenig at third base and Panachone at short. As I mentioned, dribbles out into left field for a base hit. That'll move Martin up 1 base. And bring up Gene Figueroa. And you certainly have to be careful with this Husky offense. As a group, they're hitting .282 this year. That's best in the Northwoods. And now it looks like we're getting a pinch here. It looks like Elijah Dilday is going to come into this ball game early on to replace Figueroa. So Dilday will get started as a left-handed hitter against O'Brien. Skies this one up towards shallow center field. Back goes Flansburgh. Gets called off by Bono, who makes the play for the second out of the inning. That an F8. And Dilday gone. That'll be interesting to see why Dilday came into the ball game there and only the second at bat.
Number 3, shortstop.
But that does bring up Nick Valeka. Valeka, a .206 hitter so far this year. Getting started shortstop this evening. Hall sets up outside part of the plate with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And right on the outside corner, perfect spot that was hit there by Cody O'Brien for strike number 1. This will be Valeka's 20th game played, 19th start. He struck out 16 times so far this year. Taking just 5 walks as that pitch misses outside for ball number 1. And certainly plenty of fans here this evening as celebrating Vikings night. The Vikings will be coming to town here to start training camp for the 2015 NFL season. Here's the pitch. That one is swung on, hit hard over towards short. Panachone charging in, fields it, flips it to Flansburgh at second. And they get a 6-4 for the final out of the inning. Frank, Sean Mernon along with you for the call on this one. Of course, Logan Kringle back in the Fan Mankato studios. And Cody O'Brien will come back to start his second inning of work. as headed to the plate to lead off will be Cal Stevenson, making his third plate appearance in this ball game. Stevenson has been on base both times he's been at the plate today, once by walk, the other time by a single. That was off of Austin Warner in the first. Here's the first pitch to him from Cody O'Brien, the reliever, as he squares the bunt, pulls back, but it's in for a strike anyway. So this is the second straight night that the Moondog starter has not been able to make it out of the second inning due to pitching limits. As this one hit on the ground over to first base, Weston has it, flips it to O'Brien, who steps on the bag for the out. Good coverage there, 3-1, and they finally get Cal Stevenson this evening for the first out of the inning.
Number 33, second baseman Jimmy Heck.
Jimmy Heck will come up to the plate now. He's flown out to the first baseman in foul territory and also reached on an error his last time up. Part of a two-error second inning for the Moondogs. He's a righty, stands in against Cody O'Brien with one out. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat. Curveball in for a strike. Nice pitch there to start him off the right way if you're Cody O'Brien. O'Brien ready to go again. Here's the 0-1. That one pushes back Heck off of the plate as that one was too far inside. So it's a 1-1 count now. As O'Brien gets the ball back and heads back to the slab out there. O'Brien throws that one and misses for ball number 2 of this at-bat. 3-0 your score here. Duluth on top of the Mankato Moondogs. Trying to sweep Mankato is Duluth, as they won last night. Aiming low right now is Kevin Hall, and he gets the pitch where he wants it, at the knees for a strike. Bring the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. O'Brien picks his gloves up above his head before setting at his chest, fires, and that one misses wide of the strike zone. So now a 3-2 count. We've seen so many full counts this evening already. Certainly this is going to wear on all of the pitchers in this ballgame. It's already taken one of them out. Here's the payoff. That one swung on over the glove of O'Brien. Flansburgh on one knee, catches it, throws across his body, and gets the out at first base on a 4-3. Good play by Jack Flansburgh to make the second out of the inning. And now Dominic Marolio will come up to the plate. This will be his third time. He has also not been retired yet. Worked a walk back in the second, but in the first inning was able to single to reach base. So the righty all-star catcher who's playing first base this evening comes up. Here's the first pitch to him. Curveball comes in at the knees, a good one there. And that'll be in for strike 1. Marolio, as I mentioned, a catcher on the roster here, 6 feet tall, 195 pounds, sophomore out of San Francisco. Here's the 0-1 to him, misses low and away in the dirt. Now 1-1. Marolio originally from Oakland, California. Ready for the 1-1. Here it comes. And that one drifts up and in on him. He holds up, and that'll make it a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Wind blowing from left to right as you take a look at the American flag out in right center field. Here comes the 2-1. Swung on, skied up right side. Flansburgh backpedaling into shallow right. Muka drifting towards the line. He'll make the catch for the final out of the inning. First 1-2-3 inning of the night for Mankato, and they're able to keep that score at 3-0. They'll have a chance to try and finally get to Landon Smith in the bottom half of the fourth. We'll have that for you in a moment. You're listening to the Moondogs on the Fan, Mankato. as Cody O'Brien will return for his third inning of work. He will face Colton Waltner, Elliot Barzili, TJ Martin in this half inning, as the Moondogs are down 3-0 and have not been doing very well at the plate with the bats. They have had 3 base runners, 2 of which, or beg your pardon, hold on just a moment. They've had 3 base runners, 2 of which have reached on errors. They have just 1 hit on the board right now against Landon Smith. Meanwhile, on the other side of the board, 3 runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors for the Moondogs. As we start the 5th inning here. Waltner will come up to the plate. And as a leadoff hitter for Waltner during innings. Just pull that up here. Waltner, a .333 hitter in the leadoff spot, is the first pitch on the way to him. He takes a big swing at that, loses his balance and gets a little piece of it, but that'll be strike number 1 to him. That's through 21 at-bats. He's hitting .333. Has not gotten any walks, so it's base hit or bust through 21 at-bats in the leadoff spot for him. Here's the 0-1 from O'Brien. That actually comes up and in and hits him. And so he will wear that one down to first base, does Waltner. For the 3rd time in this ballgame, the leadoff hitter is on. So now O'Brien will face Elliot Barzili. This will be the 2nd time that he's faced him in this ballgame. The first time came back in the 3rd, got him to ground out to the shortstop, Paul Paniccione. He'll look for more of that with no outs and a runner on first base. 3-0 your score here. Huskies have taken an early lead back in the 1st and 2nd. They scored 1 and 2 respectively. And that first pitch is on the outside corner for strike number 1. We'll see if we can't get you some scores from around the Northwoods in this half inning. Let you know what's going on. Right now, the Moondogs have some work to do, not only in this ball game, but in the standings. This is game number 52 for Mankato. Is that one wide of the bag? Pulls Weston off a little bit. Still sliding in head first is Waltner. But he will be back in safely over there after the check by O'Brien. It's an 0-1 count right now to the hitter Barzili as that pitch misses down around the shoe tops and outside for ball number 1. A lot of young fans in the stands this evening here at the Frank. As O'Brien gets ready to set in a 1-1 count. That one is fouled straight back into the screen behind home plate. Makes now a 1-ball, 2-strike count. A couple finals for you already. Over in Madison, the Mallards beat the Chinooks of Lakeshore 6-5. That was a 5:05 start. A 7-inning game between the Kenosha Kingfish playing host to Wisconsin Rapids. A 5-2 final Kingfish win. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and yanked foul over on the left side. Not a play, but certainly Barzili got into that one. But that'll keep it at 1 balls and 2 strikes. Out in Eau Claire, another 7-inning game that started at 5:07. A 1-0 win for Alexandria over the Eau Claire Express. As Alexandria has played pretty well in this second half, as another one is yanked high and in the air but foul and out of play over on the left side. Barzili hanging tough with 2 strikes. Proving to be a very difficult out here in this 5th inning for Cody O'Brien. Alexandria 7-7 so far through the second half. They're 4 games out of first place right now. As another throw over, this time the tag is applied by Weston, but not in time. As Waltner getting the front of that jersey dirty on the way back into the bag. Long look in from O'Brien as that pitch on the outside corner. Strike three looking. Barzili down for the first out of the inning. And Barzili not happy with that one as he's sent back to the dugout.
Number 8 designated hitter T.J. Martin from Kansas.
So now T.J. Martin will come up to the plate, and Daniel Hersey is going to give Barzili a tongue lashing. Hersey, of course, the third base coach and field manager for the Duluth Huskies, so he walked over to the dugout quickly. And now this one, a flare over towards second base. Flansburgh has it, tries to get the double play at first, not in time. So just like that, after hitting the first hit batter and going into a long count against Elliot Barzili, O'Brien is able to get 2 outs quickly. And you kind of hope, if you're a Moondogs fan or if you're a Moondog, that maybe this is a change in luck and a swing in momentum. As that pitch misses outside now to Holden Kamek. For ball number 1, it's a 3-0 score right now. Moondogs trailing the Huskies. Dancing over first base is Colton Waltner, who reached on a hit-by pitch, as that one is in on the corner from O'Brien. Kamek this evening, currently 1 for 2. He's reached both times and scored a run. He singled back in the third and reached on an error by Jack Flansburgh at second base, scored on that. Runner takes off, and that ball down in the dirt causes issues for Kevin Hall behind the plate, so he's unable to throw the ball down to second base. In easily is Waltner. Now in scoring position. So now, with 2 outs and a 2-1 count, here's the next pitch from O'Brien. He gets a strike at the knees. Good. As Kamek watches that one go right past. Evens the count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. O'Brien takes a look back to second, now delivers a pitch on the outside corner, breaking ball in for strike number 3. Down looking, and that will do it for the Huskies in this inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left aboard. Now we head to the bottom half of the 5th.